Hey everyone, want to introduce you to a really cool little ball python that has a fun little story behind him. So this is Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo is just a wild type or normal ball royal python, whatever fun name we want to spin on there. Now we've had Kalamazoo for a little while. He is a pretty big, just adult male ball python. You can see he's got some decent size to him. He actually used to weigh a lot. He was even honestly a little overweight, even for what we thought was, even for what we thought he was. He was a little bit overweight, but he's actually lost a bit of weight now, and he's actually sitting right around 1,800 grams. Now, we got Kalamazoo a few years ago. Oh, Lord, at this point, almost 8 years ago is when we got him as an adult, part of a collection acquisition. So for all of you that are in the reptile keeping game now or in the ball python game, because let's be honest, if you all have even somewhat medium-sized collections, ball pythons are probably a good chunk of them, which means that you're aware of what's going on and the ball pythons are oversaturated and blah 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 blah, but all that. But no, this has been going on for a long, long time. And back in 2014 through 2016. A lot of people were kind of dumping their animals. I know that time frame isn't exactly, but that's about the time when we were getting a lot of these animals. A lot of people were dumping their collections because, it was kind of the big onset after, Brian Barczyk and Cusco and all these guys were really starting to take off on YouTube, and a lot of people were emulating them. But as we all know, this is a hobby. It's a passion project. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And a lot of people, after a year or two of, sinking a couple $1,000s into cages and racks and all these snakes, and they go, I'm not making any money, so they dump them. So we were picking up animals pretty cheap. And we got Kalamazoo here as a possibly gravid het-pied female, right? In addition to 5 or 6 other animals, including Penny, our really big pinstripe het-pied ball python from Brian Barczyk, who actually had paperwork with her. But so brought her home, went through the whole quarantine period, all of that. And yeah, I'm still saying her at this point. And so it came time to start pairing animals, right? So we took our, confirmed great breeder, Seattle, the pied ball python, put him in with them, and they just kind of sat there and didn't do anything. And I went, that's kind of weird. Well, hey, here, maybe there's this little trick where you'll put, and because at the time, Seattle had, I think actually he hadn't even proven out yet. Let's put a bigger, more mature male in there to kind of stimulate and get the female going, and then you swap out with the smaller, younger male, the less experienced male, and the female is usually a bit more receptive at that point. So we took our very large adult male ball python Tucson, just a leopard Mojave, pretty basic, but he makes amazing pretty babies. Put him in with her and just, put him in there, put the tag on there, walked away. And at the time, we also got kind of like one of those cheap little vision cages. They're just like the poles and like the corrugated plastic tops. You have the heat wire running there. Excuse me. And so, I put him in there, I leave, go deal with the dogs or whatever else, come back. This is while we were actually still in Denver. And I heard something kind of like weird. Not like a snake was out or something gotten over, just like kind of weird. I'm looking around, looking at tubs, looking in cages, and then I see the whole rack just do this. Boom, like that. It just shakes and rattles. And I go, what is going on? And I see just a bunch of coils right up against the front of the tub. And I pull it open, and both Tucson and then Kalamazoo here both pop up. And if you have ever seen like those rattlesnake dances or the rattlesnake breeding battles, what it is, it's 2 male rattlesnakes and they're actually combating over the female. Those aren't the only species of snake that do it. A lot of them do it, including ball pythons here. And that's exactly what was happening. They just kind of tolerate each other when I had that younger, smaller male, Seattle, in with Kalamazoo. But once I put that larger, I don't like to use submissive or dominant with reptiles, but I put that larger male in there and they started to combat. And so when I pulled it out, they're both sitting there looking like this, and they were still kind of like on each other. The entire tub was coated in urate and poop and smeared everywhere, and the water bowl was knocked over. and Kalamazoo was throwing hemipenes. So we went, there we go, that's what it is. So not a possibly gravid female. Could be hepide, who knows. But he is a great, very calm, easygoing, large, normal-looking ball python that makes a great animal ambassador, and that's exactly what he is now. He's not a breeder. He's just part of the ambassador program. Lives in a big Christmas tree tub and just kind of hangs out all day long. He's actually kind of weird. He is one of the few ball pythons that just likes to soak, too. And no, he doesn't have mites. He's actually an animal that... not his collection, but another collection we got in around the same time was the worst mite infestation we've ever had. And they actually were staying at my mom's house for a little while. While we were dealing with those mites, it was so bad. But he's actually never had mites, but he's just, for whatever reason, he just likes to soak, especially in the wintertime. Even though here we don't have a big furnace drying out the air like that. He's in a Christmas tree tub, so he's in a plastic tub that holds humidity. He's just weird, and he just likes to soak. Don't really know why. He always just has. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Enjoyed the fun little backstory and fun thing about these guys, as well as don't always 100% believe about the sex of your animal. Make sure you double check. At the time, I was not very good at it. I'm still getting better about it, but with these larger animals, sometimes it can be pretty difficult. So I just kind of believed them, and it was a really good deal getting other animals that I really wanted to. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you want to meet more of the animals or have any other ideas for other videos, check out the playlist here of all of my reptiles as I'm going through and showing off all of them eventually, as well as anything else you want to do that. Please like, subscribe if you can, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you're having a great day, and we'll check you next time.